Welcome to my channel. I love fashion, real estate, health, fitness, business, and all that good stuff. So welcome to the ride. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Niree French YouTube. And I just want to say, it's my birthday. Make some noise, y'all. What the I think that's like a TikTok because my little Gen Z friend, Ebony, y'all know, love Ebony. She's my gym partner and my friend. She says it all the time. Make some noise, y'all. What the? So y'all make some noise. This is my effing birthday, okay? This is my favorite national holiday. It's National Niree Day. Okay, this Thursday is National Niree Day. I wanted to make a YouTube because I had not made one this week, and it's because I'm going out of the country today, and then I'm going out of the country again in another week, and it's been hectic trying to make the money, trying real estate, and I've been Instacarting, child. I need to make a whole little segment about how being a real estate agent your first year, you have to do a lot of stuff to keep up with your coin, especially if you plan to do any kind of traveling, anything like that. And so, yes, been busy, but I always knew I wanted to make this. And I'm probably going to expound more in a part 2 after, because y'all, I'm turning a number after 29. Can you believe that? Ugh, I can't even. 30 years on this earth. Let me stop. Let me be grateful. Thank you, God, for 30 years. The 20s were a decade, honey. I came, I saw, I conquered my 20s. I have lived a life that I am not ashamed of. I have made the mistakes. I have learned the lessons. I have unlearned a lot of lessons. I feel a lot more sure of who I am. It's like, I don't know if you ever really know who you are, because as soon as you figure that out, you change again. But I feel more like comfortable in myself. I'm like, yeah, this is who I am. And you know, in my 30s, I'm claiming that I'm going to be married. I'm going to have children in my 30s. Like, the 30s are gonna be a decade too. So tell me happy birthday in the comments. Now, I'm late and I had no business doing this. And I'm not one of them people that's like on social media, like, I gotta be out of the house in 20 minutes, y'all. It's 1:42. My flight leaves at like 5 o'clock and we have to get to Atlanta, and that's an hour and a half away. We are literally leaving at 2:15. So I really wanted to make this and because I wanted to release it before my birthday, and this is going to be 20 lessons I learned in my 20s. Now, again, some of these I need to go into depth on, but I just want to shoot a list. You know, during this week, I was just writing stuff down, and it's probably, I have about like 80 lessons I learned in my 20s, but these are some that I just want you to take, and I want you to sit with. Some I may expound on a little bit, but yes, let's get through this list, and then I gotta hop on my flight. By the way, if you follow me on Instagram and you are in my broadcast channel, then I did like a guess where I'm going, and the options were, if you think I'm going to Bali, or if you think I'm going to Amsterdam or Dubai, and the answer is I'm going to Dubai. I love Dubai. I don't care what y'all say, y'all, all that fear mongering online. Dubai is the future, honey. It is everything luxury. It is such a great, fun experience. I love culture. I love anything that's I love Dubai. I love Dubai. Like, I'm gonna vlog while I'm there a little bit, but yeah, we're going back to Dubai. So it'll be my second time in Dubai, and we will spend a day in Amsterdam. We might get to go to Paris on the way back. I'm hoping we get to do that. So yeah, we're gonna shoot to Amsterdam, and then we're going to Dubai. We're gonna spend that 30th in Dubai. So okay, let's get into it, honey. Let's get into it. 20 lessons I learned in my 20s. I wrote them down here. No one cares. Work harder. Investing is not as hard as it seems. Start now and take time to study. This one I'm going to expound on. 3, read the entire Bible for yourself. Even take time. You don't have to read the whole thing. Take time to study other religious texts, other spiritual texts. Do it for yourself. When you get in your 20s, you probably believe in what you believe in because you were raised that way, and there's nothing wrong with that. you should raise your kids in the way that you want them to go. But now you're forming into your adulthood, you're forming your own life, you're about to start having children, or you're about to create your own family. It's important. I cannot tell you how many times, like, I grew up Christian, and I honestly, y'all only know one person, I think one person that has read the entire Bible. And it's just, for me, I had to start asking myself tough questions, like, how can you say you truly believe in something if you don't even know what's in it? Because what I have learned is, when I run across like people that are Islam, like believe in Islam, or that are Muslim, they know the Quran, like they know their faith. They are so in tune with God, and they can tell you about the Bible, and they'll tell you stuff. And if you're not grounded in your faith, it'll spin your head around, because you'll go, whoa. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm not finished yet, by the way. I started on my own in the middle of last year. So my goal is to finish this year. But that Old Testament, it'll shake your world up, and you'll be like, okay, hold on, so what do I believe in again? Because I don't really think I rock with this. And so again, it is important that you get to know it. If you are Muslim and you never read the entire Quran, get to read that for yourself. Whatever it is, the Torah, whatever it is that you believe in, read it for yourself. Develop your own relationship with God. Don't let people deter you from that. Like, maybe you grow older and you say, hey, I don't lean more in a religious field. Maybe I'm more of a spiritual person, but you should know God, no matter what that is for you. And that's something I really had to come with in 20s, because I've never had a personal bad experience in church. And I've had good experiences with it, but I had known people that had, you know, adverse relationships, and it turns them away from God. And then they'll confront you and say, you know, well, why do you believe what you believe? Well, I read that X, Y, and Z, and sometimes it feels like, oh, I don't have answers for that. And I don't think I should have the answers to everything, but I want to feel rooted and grounded if I say I'm going to believe in something. So that one was really, really important. Read it for yourself. For if it doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. I went to this church when I was in Columbus, Georgia one time, and I've always said this, has always stuck with me. And this pastor said, the presence of God is clarity. The absence of God is an alarm clock. When you are shuffling with something and it's not clear what you should do, or if where you're going feels a little hazy, it's probably not God. And a lot of times we don't trust like that gut, like our gut feeling that's saying, hey, something's not right. If it feels like it's not right, y'all, I don't care if it's the job, if it's the family, if it's a situation, if it's you going into a certain place, if it's whatever it is, if it doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. Care less. Care less. Care less about what people think. Care less about what your parents had envisioned for your future. Care less about who wants to go where with you. Care less. Care less about the opinions about how society has shaped what you should be. Care less. Not saying care less about your goals and your ambitions. Care less about all that other noise, because it's just noise. This one's for me, and this one's for you too, if you're in your late 20s. 30 is not old. In many ways, your life is just beginning. People have been preaching that to me, and as I enter into this new season, I'm like, I don't even feel, what does it 30 feel like? Like, what does it feel? What is it supposed to feel like? It just feels like a new age. And it feels, honestly, you know, you're a little more financially stable when you turn 30. You kind of know who you are a little bit more. You're more comfortable walking into rooms. Like, it's not old. I mean, the life expectancy in the United States is 72, which I think is a little young. But if that's the case, then you still got another 40 years. So in that case, we technically do, what, 10 years old? Okay, boom. Did that math? I don't know. Read more books. Reading is important. It is important that you train yourself. I don't care if audiobooks are great. I have started training myself to physically read. I retain better information when I read. I get to know a lot more. It forces me to study and to be more rounded in different topics. So yes, read more books. Ask yourself, and if I have men that watch this channel, I want you to take this too, because a lot of men think when women give like love advice, or, well, I'm not giving advice, but when they give stuff, it's always for women. This is for men too. Ask yourself, Are you in love or are you attached? Are you in love or are you lonely? That's a tough question to ask yourself. And what I found is a lot of people are not comfortable in their singleness, and they confuse being alone with being lonely. I think up until about like around 25, maybe 20, yeah, around 25, I was very comfortable being alone. My mom taught me at a young age to do stuff myself. So she and my stepdad would like go on these dates to the movies. And I always wanted to go too. I was like, I don't want to be in the house. And they would have date nights on Sundays. And so I was like, at first I was like asking my friends. I think at this time my stepdad, he got into the movies for free. So that's why they would go all the time. And so because of that, they would go to the movies, and I found like trying to find somebody, like I was always like, oh, my friend can go, and my mom was like, girl, go by yourself. Like, why you don't have to go by yourself. And I'm like, that's so weird, Mom, because I'm like middle school, high school. I'm like, why would I go to the movies by myself? I learned how to go on dates by myself really young, and it was like around me and my mom are Harry Potter fans, and so when these movies started coming out, my mom and they were going out every Sunday. I was like, shoot, I want to go to the movies. And so at a young age, that was my first time doing stuff by myself. I would go to movies by myself all the time because I couldn't always find somebody to go with me. And because of that, I feel like when I got out of college, I had a little college relationship, and it just really stung me really hard. So when I finally graduated, I was really getting out of that headspace and finding myself. And I learned that like I like myself. Like, I like to watch TV and laugh with nobody else in the house and talk and go, girl, why did you do that? Like, I will go to the movies by myself. I will go out to eat by myself. Because of that too, I'm not afraid to do things alone. For example, I just went to this movie premiere, and I went to the taping of the Miss Pat show this week. Really cool experience. I need to vlog about that, but I'll be in Dubai this week. I'm gonna try to get to it next week. But yeah, like I did that, and it's like my friend woke up that morning and she was like, I overslept, like I can't go. Could you imagine if I missed out on the experience? Because that experience actually met somebody which will lead to like maybe a really cool career opportunity for me that'll really help me. And so it's like, but I wouldn't have even met those people had I been scared to go a place alone. And so again, now as that relates to love, like are you in love or are you lonely? I think that message I'm trying to get at is just enjoy your own company, which may be another lesson for your 20s. Learn to enjoy your own company, because when when people come around and they disturb that, you're like, that's not gonna work here. You gotta go. And it's easier to kind of cut people off when they aren't fitting into that. Like you're like, no, I like me. You don't get to come around here and tell me, what you don't like about me and all this jazz, and you get to disturb this piece that I have because I like it here. So you're either gonna come and add to that piece or you gotta go. And so yes, listen. Which was my number 9. Isolation is okay. It's healthy. And I feel like I used to be an extreme extrovert. Up until probably around 26, 27, I have to talk on the phone all the time. Even if I worked all day, I would get off, I would call my mom, I would call my best friend. I would always just had to be around people. That's where I got my energy from. Like I am just a people person. And when I started isolating, and I started working things out mentally, and I started growing, and I started learning, and I started just taking that space that I'm going a few days without calling people. It's healthy. It helped me grow. I feel like God was able to deal with me so much more without having to always talk to somebody, talk to these outsources. They're healthy to have, and I love that I have that. But for me, I'm just really appreciative of learning how to be isolated in a healthy way. I kind of just talked about this too. Don't just love yourself, like yourself. Like loving yourself is one thing, when you eat healthy, you're loving yourself, mind, body, and spirit. When you wake up and you say your affirmations, you're loving yourself. But do you like you? Like go on a hiking trip alone. Go to the gym alone. Like, can you have a conversation with yourself and kind of enjoy it? Might be borderline mental. Sorry, it's kind of my thing. But like, enjoy your own company. It is so lit when you do. I promise you, it's so lit. When you enjoy your own company, you know what to cipher when other people come around. You're like, I can rock with this. Nah, I can't rock with that. 11, no one is coming to save you. I didn't realize that until I was 28. I would never forget when I realized that it was, I either was 27 about to turn 28, or I was 28 about to turn 29. I just remember it was January and I was on a plane, and I realized I was always waiting on someone to discover me. Like, oh, I'm gonna be in the airport, they're gonna be like, oh, who was that girl? Or, you know, they're gonna see all the work I'm putting on Instagram and they're gonna DM me and give me this opportunity. And, you know, you see that happening for other people, and it's like, oh, you know, like this magical thing is gonna work out. Somebody's gonna find me and they're gonna give me this opportunity. Or, you know, when I just go to the store, I'm gonna run into an athlete and be able to sell them a house. Or I was a real estate agent at the time, just giving an example of like how my mind was working. And as you get older and older, you start realizing you're not winning the lottery. Nobody's coming to give you $1 million. Nobody's coming to give you anything. You're gonna have to earn it, and you're gonna have to work your butt off. And if no one can give you an opportunity, you're gonna have to create it yourself. No one's coming to save you. You gotta save yourself. If you don't have the money right now, you have to figure out a way to save money and to invest money and to earn money. No one's coming. And that is hard to hear. It was a gut punch for me because I feel like I came from a good family who's very supportive. But it's like, girl, you can't depend on your family forever. You know, you gotta grow up. No one's coming. Save yourself. Save yourself. 12, that timeline that you have in your mind, that's based on society, that's based on your age, let it go. I want to be married by 24. I want to have children by 27. I want to be married by 29. Let it go. You don't get to control when those things happen for you. In most cases, like 99% of the time. God controls that. Let me say that again. You don't get to control that. God does. Life does. When you start dictating your life in that way, a lot of times it's based on society or what you're seeing, and it's not even realistic anyways. Or if it is, I'm just gonna be honest. For example, we all laugh about how we all wanted to be married by 25. When I look back on my 25-year-old self, even as mature as I was, I've always been mature. I've always not been the best. I've done well in communicating, not the best at listening. But when I look back, my 25-year-old self was not ready for marriage. I'd have been divorced by 30. And that's what you don't wish for. You don't say, oh, I'm gonna be married by 25 and divorced by 30. No, you're just thinking of the marriage. And it's like, I had to ask myself, in my 20s, was there any point where I was truly ready for marriage and children? And who taught me that? Because I had a ball in my 20s. And honestly, I think most people should. That's an unpopular opinion. I don't think nobody should have no baby in their 20s. And husbands, maybe anything after maybe 26. But it's just like, it's your 20s, like, and this is not even about going out. This is about like becoming. Like, it's so much you're going to learn and go through and change and shift. And I think you can grow with a person, but all the kids and stuff like that, I'm like, honey, the 20s were for fun. That timeline was made up. Who gave it to us? I don't know. Let it go. Let it go. You set your goals. Hey, you know, I want to be a millionaire or a six-figure owner by this time. Here are the steps I'm going to take to get there. And then you allow the space for things to happen because things are going to happen. You stay on your track, you stay on your goal, but be willing to pivot. So that's okay. It's okay to set a goal. Like, I want to be married one day. But if you say, oh, I want to be married by 35, it's a great goal. But what if you get married at 36? What if you get married at 32? You really don't know. Because that's based on you actually meeting a person, dating a person, and growing. And it's just that timeline that you have. Let it go. Let it go. Okay, I'm running up on my time. I know. My friend's about to start calling me like, girl, where are you? We gotta go. Okay, 13. If you are single with no kids, move every 3 years to a new place. I am a firm believer in this. That is a personal rule that is not based on anything except if you are single and you do not have children, move every 3 years. Change your job, change your career. Not change your career, I'm sorry. Change your job location. So like if your job gives you the opportunity to go to a different place, go to a different place, y'all. Meet new people. I've lived in, it's not that I've just lived in so many different places, but I've never been afraid to move. And that has helped me. I have been able to find, I feel like I've had community everywhere I go. No matter where I go, I end up finding a new gym to work out, new workout friends. I end up finding people at the restaurants I like to go to eat healthy. Of course, the people that you meet like at nightlife, going out, the job area that you're at, you end up having new coworkers and new experiences. You get to experience a new city, a new environment, a breath of fresh air. It's always like this new start happening. And my idea behind it is to never be complacent and to be able to, like, I feel like the world is mine. I feel like I could go to Africa. I feel like I could go to Australia and just find community. And that's beautiful. And you should want that for yourself. And I'm from a small town, so that probably has a lot to do with why I feel that way. But move. Why are you here? Like, why are you staying in a place this long? Unless you're going to buy a house and build your family and stay there, man, move. Experience life. What's another one? What number are we on? I'm losing count. Develop a healthy relationship with food. That's important. I talk about health all the time. Can go into detail on that later, but develop a healthy relationship with food. The stuff that we love to eat, a lot of times it really doesn't make us feel good. Like if you eat a full plate of food and you're like, oh, that's good, let me go to sleep. Your food is supposed to energize you. It's not supposed to make you want to go to sleep. And if we're being honest, like the chips and the stuff that we like, it's really not, it doesn't make us feel good. A lot of times when you eat that healthy stuff that you don't really care for, you're like, I could go for a run. And I can go more in depth about that because that's a mental thing. That is a generational thing, almost a generational curse for a lot of Black people, I would say, which is why like hypertension and diabetes are very high in our communities, because a lot of stuff that we enjoy, it's just not the best for us. But yes, a part of that, and it's really hard, but develop a healthy relationship with food. Go to the gym. Find something you enjoy. Your future body will thank you for it later. Y'all, it's the older I get, it's harder to lose weight. I used to think I was big, and then I look at, don't you hate that? You look at the old pictures and you like, wait, I was actually kind of small. Like, what the heck? So yes, go to the gym. Don't be afraid to go places long. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Losing friends is a part of the journey. That's number 17. Losing friends is a part of the journey. And it sucks and it hurts. Y'all, it hurts. You will outgrow people that you never imagined that you'd outgrow. Life will change. Your friends may find new career paths. They may have different spiritual journeys that may take them away, that may drive you all apart. Anything. They may live in a different state. They may move overseas and you don't get to see them anymore. Losing friendships. And I'm not saying you should lose all of your friends, but I want you to feel more comfortable in your 20s, understanding that who you were at 22 is not who you are at 25. Who you are at 25 is not who you are at 29. And it's okay to add new friends to your circle. It's okay if you outgrow someone and say, hey, maybe in this season we don't serve each other best right now. Maybe we'll circle back on this friendship later, or maybe we'll just be kind of a, hey, I love you and I want to touch base with you. And you have to be comfortable with that because it hurts. But it sucks even more trying to build and keep and maintain a relationship that no longer serves you. It's just, it's even more hurtful, and it can be even more harmful, and you can almost permanently damage a friendship that could be a long-lasting, beautiful thing by trying to remain and have a bond or a closeness to someone, and that time is just no longer there. You're just different people. Like, you like to go out all the time. I like to work out all the time. I don't really like to read that kind of stuff. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. I care about this kind of stuff now. And so when we talk, I don't feel like our conversations are productive or conducive to my lifestyle. So that's pulling me in a direction I don't want to go in. Not to say your direction is bad. It's just pulling me in a direction that I feel like I've outgrown. And if you're not okay, you'll find yourself having mental conflict. You'll find yourself in a space that's like, it just does not serve you, and you don't ever want to be somewhere that does not serve you. Your taste changes, your wants and needs will evolve. Be okay with that. It's supposed to elevate. You're not supposed to want the same things at 22 that you do at 27. You may didn't like perfume and cologne at 22. You may be on your luxury cologne and perfume bag when you're 27. And that's a small example, but your taste is going to change. Your taste buds are going to change. Your taste for people, your taste for things and where you like to go and what you like, it's going to change. Allow yourself to evolve. You are not meant to be the same person. Evolve, evolve, evolve. If it's not growing, it's dead. And that's not a lesson, I'm just going to throw it in there, that's a bonus. And that's what I mean by evolve. If you're not growing, you're dead. You're complacent. No matter how hard it is, if it doesn't serve you, let it go. That could go for anything. Relationships, jobs, family, friends. If it does not serve you, let it go. And I have to go. So I can't dive into stuff the way I want. But I feel like those were a good 19 things. And for the 20th, I probably gave y'all some extra and some bonuses in there. But I just want to say and leave y'all with this. It was a quote that I saw probably on Instagram or something. And I just want to say that my number 20 is this. As long as you have the idea that happiness is somewhere else or happiness is a destination, you'll never be happy where you are now. Learn to appreciate the journey. Learn to be happy in the moments that you have. Learn to be happy even if you don't have everything that you want, because it really is that state of peace that you want, that happiness that you want. It's a mind thing. It's where you are right now. And if you always say happiness is when I get $1 million and you get your $1 million, happiness then may look like, oh, my happiness is $2 million. So where is the happiness? And that quote just really stuck with me. And I've been thinking about it a lot as I've been approaching this new age. And it's just like, I have this idea that happiness is somewhere else. And it's like, oh, once I get that husband and once I have my career, once my brand is launched, I'm going to be happy and fulfilled. And that's a destination. I'm putting happiness at a destination. And happiness is within. Happiness is finding joy in the moments that you have right now. And so I wanted to leave y'all with that. Those are 20 lessons I learned in my 20s. I love y'all. Be good. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. I'm going to try to do my little TikTok, and I am vlogging in Dubai. I'm going to do right. I'm bringing my camera, okay? My friend has committed to being my cameraman during Dubai. So, yeah, y'all, it's the number after 29. It is my 30th birthday. I want to say happy birthday to myself. I want to say thank you, God. Thank you to y'all. Tell me happy birthday. Make some noise, y'all. What the fuck? Yeah, tell me happy birthday in the comments. Were these lessons helpful? Like, what did y'all learn in y'all 20s? That's what I want to know. I want y'all to put in the comments what's some big lessons you learned in your 20s that can help people. Because I can make these every week and give you 10 new lessons every week, because the 20s, boy, them 20s, they are something, ain't they? Wow, a decade behind me. I pray this next one is a good one. And I am off to Dubai. It is travel time, honey. Let me kick my feet up, give y'all some looks, of course. But yeah, so that's it. That's all. Toodles.
So, have you subscribed yet? Click that button and tell a friend to tell a friend.